Welcome back to the Mountain Morning Show. Right now I'm joined by Krachel Greenwood from the Summit County Office of Community and Public Affairs to talk about all the developments happening here in the city and some new openings of some great buildings and resources available to the community. Krachel, how are you doing?
Great, thank you.
Excellent. This is your first time here on the Mountain Morning Show, so
yeah.
welcome.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of people from the office before, so it's great to have you here.
Yeah, I like to send them over, but you know, everybody gets a turn, I guess.
It's your turn now, right? Yeah, well, great. Excellent.
Yeah.
So let's talk about some of the construction that's going to be set to be happening specifically in the Jeremy Ranch area. Yeah,
we've got construction slated for later this year, and you know, nobody really likes construction, but it's going to be so much better for those who travel through the area when it's all done. So we're looking at putting in a couple of roundabouts off of that Jeremy Ranch exit.
Okay.
There's actually going to be two, and so we're looking at one on the north side of the, and maybe you just refer to it as the Jeremy Ranch side, and then there's also one on the south side, and so that's on the Pine Brook side.
Okay.
And if you look at those maps there on the screen, you can see the interchange on the north side is really going to reconstruct that entire area. There is a current park and ride lot that is going to be reconfigured, and we're still playing a little bit with that design. But ultimately, people will still get off the freeway that way. When they enter to get back on the freeway, it's going to be an entirely new traffic route. Okay. On the south side, the roundabout will work pretty basically. It just circle on, circle off, exit all the way around. I think it's that park and ride on the other side that makes things a little more interesting.
A little bit more challenging for the top side. So I'm guessing everywhere that's highlighted in blue there is where the construction will be taking place.
Yeah, that's correct.
And when do you guys strike ground? When does this start?
We're looking at starting to break ground later this fall. We're still working through some final issues. We're looking at some wetland studies. When that is all finalized, we will put those shovels in the ground. We're working in coordination with UDOT on this project, and so we're very close, but just have a couple more things to get through.
Perfect. And I'm guessing this is just going to improve traffic and congestion in that area, but there will be a little bit of an effect to the traffic and the commute in that area while construction is going, right?
That's correct.
Okay.
And once those shovels hit the ground, this is a project that's going to last for quite a while. We're looking at the majority of 2019.
Oh, wow.
And so it will impact people for quite a while. We are holding open houses right now, and so if people would like to come out and learn more about this project, we will be hosting an open house next Wednesday. This coordinates with the County Council meeting. So it will be over at the Richens Building in Kimball Junction, and at 5:30 in the evening we will first put it before council, and then we will move everybody downstairs where they can come and talk with county engineers and UDOT representatives to learn more about the project and how it impacts us individually.
So for people living over there in that Jeremy Ranch area, is it gonna, are they gonna have to take a different exit or a different route to be able to get to their homes, or are they still gonna be able to use that exit? It's just gonna be a little bit more congested than what it's
more congested is my understanding. We'll put in those detours and be able to get people around. Obviously, we're going to ask people to be patient and cooperate with us through that, but we hope to make it as flexible as we can.
Absolutely, and this is something obviously it's going to take a little bit of time, but once it's done, it's really going to improve the way the traffic flow that happens there in that Jeremy Ranch area, which can be kind of congested at times.
Yeah, absolutely, and you know, this is not something that we decided on overnight. This is something that we've performed many studies on, we've looked at over several years, and really feel that in the end this is the best option given our budget, given the aesthetic designs that we're looking at. It solves a lot of problems that are much better than putting in stoplights. And we're looking at wildlife crossings, we're looking at pedestrian sidewalks and how to get kids from that Pine Brook side over to the school on the Jeremy Ranch side. So definitely a lot of work and time has gone into this, and we're excited to roll it out.
It'll be interesting for sure. My last question about the Jeremy Ranch project is, how is this going to affect the park and ride? Is that going to move? Is the park and ride going to move, or is it still going to be functional as this construction is going on?
Good question, and I'm not sure. In the long run, when it's completed, the park and ride will still exist.
It exists there.
Yes.
But for the meantime, if you have those questions, you can attend the meeting. This is coming up next Wednesday at 5 p.m., correct?
Yeah.
And you can express all the questions that you have, which I'm sure all these engineers and UDOT employees will have answers for right away, which is great.
Absolutely.
So let's move on to the next big project here in Summit County, which is the Summit County kind of resource office, right?
Yeah. So over in Camas, we are putting final touches on our county service building. This is going to house the DMV. three. It has the health department, it has the senior citizen center, and it also has a new library for the citizens over there. So there you see one of the new
little clinic there.
Clinic inside the health department. This is the computer lab inside the library. Everything brand new, state of the art. This was all funded through community funds. That computer lab, they've got some really great technology that's going to debut there. So this is going to be a great resource for the South Summit community. And right now we're just waiting to put in some exterior finish work. We're finishing the siding, we're finishing the landscape on the outside of the building. We have employees in the building. They're putting all those books on the library shelf. They are we're getting the health department workers into their space, their new offices. So they're all in there, they're working, and they're ready to go on the inside. And as soon as we get that outside complete, we will open doors.
So you guys are right there, but the opening date is kind of still to be determined at this point,
Opening
right?
date to be determined. It's going to be just a soft launch that we do either late March, sometime in April. And I was going to mention with the library, we do have a drop box out there, and so that is one area where citizens have been impacted. They've been borrowing books, checking them out, perhaps from different branches. If you do have a library book, you can still swing through there and drop that off at the drop-off
very nice.
box.
Still functional drop box that's going on there. Very nice. And this is kind of, it seems like it's going to be a one-stop shop for everything that you could need in regards to, like the DMV, the health center, all of that. So that's great.
Yeah, all of those needs that that you have are now right there in one location.
Makes it a little bit convenient, right? Yeah,
saves you the 20-minute trip over the hill.
Yeah, it's really nice. I'm sure it's going to be great to open up.
Yeah.
So, is there anywhere else people can go online to find out more information besides attending this council meeting in person?
We do keep the website updated. Another great resource is Facebook.
Okay.
Facebook is where we are, daily interacting with citizens, answering questions. I also encourage people to engage and get involved with the Nextdoor community. There are certain populations of our county that use Nextdoor more than others, and those who are using it are really benefiting because that's another outlet where we are putting out county information and sharing county updates.
And what is Nextdoor? I've never heard of it before.
Nextdoor it's another social platform, but a place where people can go and register. You put in your address, and it's going to put you into a group with only people who live in your neighborhood.
Very nice.
And so you can converse with those who live nearby about issues going on in your neighborhood.
So this is just Nextdoor. It's an app that you can download, sign up for. It's a great. It sounds like a great community resource to get engaged with all of your neighbors and stuff without having to physically go knock on doors and talk to people, right?
Absolutely. It's a great resource for me because I can share updates to a specific part of the county. Not necessarily everybody needs to know, let's say, if a snowplow is going to be laid on your street today. But you really need to know, and your neighbors really need to know. So this provides an opportunity for me, or a space where I can go in and share an update with just those people.
It's really focused to
not
that
put
area.
it on Facebook where the whole county sees it.
Very nice.
So
that's great. So encourage you to join Nextdoor, that social media platform, so you can stay up to date. And then what's the name of the Facebook page?
Summit County, Utah.
Summit County, Utah's Facebook page. We'll have the updates on that as well. Krachel, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Really appreciate you coming on. We expect to see you here again next time, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Great. Perfect. Excellent. So we'll be looking forward to the Jeremy Ranch construction breaking ground here in the fall, as well as the South Summit County Services Building, which the opening date is to be determined. But if you have any questions, you can attend the Summit County Council meeting happening this coming Wednesday at 5 p.m. And I'm forgetting the location.
Richens Building.
At the Richens Building at 5 p.m. this coming Wednesday. They'll present it in front of the council, and then after you can go downstairs and ask engineers as well as UDOT workers about any questions that you have regarding the Jeremy Ranch construction. We'll be back here on the Mountain Morning Show to wrap up this first hour right after this break.